happened to a brand new Baboonery. This will be absolutely wild and mental. I've just spent the last 2 days decorating my bedroom and the downstairs hallway, and now I've got to do a kitchen. There'll be an outtake in a minute of my bedroom. Fucking draw a door and knock 3 times. Anyway, was that out of the way? I was in Tynemouth this week and I picked up an old VHS. Well, look at that. Decided to watch it when I wasn't feeling well from the fish and chips in Tynemouth. Sorry, but you know what? A little bit of the seaside air. That was too close for the camera. Watched this VHS and that's inspired me today to watch 3 other films like it back to back. And crosses out the U with yours while wallpapering. Now the VHS I got is Alligator from the early 80s. It still has a HMV sticker on at $13.99, brand new. VHSs were expensive. So DVDs, remember, got the DVD as well. $19.99 for a brand new DVD. Wow! Van Damme, The Order. Wow! No extra features at all. Wow! So yeah, Alligator. Picked this up now. I remember this having a drawn cover back in the time, back in the video shop days. A big crocodile in the sewers. I want to see that. Now, being a big fan of Jaws and like creature feature movies in general, had to watch this on good old VHS. Did rewind it, by the way. Now this is Alligator. There's a difference between alligator and crocodile. You know, size difference. You know what I mean? So this is Alligator anyway. It's out on DVD, you can check it down. This stars Robert Foster. The story of this is basically typical 80s cheese movie, really. The urban myth of crocodiles in the sewers in America was always like, oh, there's an urban myth, there's a crocodile in the sewer. Better watch out, don't put your hand down there. Forget about Pennywise in the drain, it's a fucking crocodile. And everyone was like, yeah, whatever. Next thing you know, on live television, someone pulled out a fucking crocodile at the sewer and everyone was like, fucking hell, don't go in the sewer. But I'm sure that was just in the early 90s. So back in the 80s, everyone was like, there's crocodiles in the sewer. Or alligators in this case, whatever. So yeah, this crocodile grows up in the sewer after getting discarded and chucked down a toilet. And there's a mad scientist on the way to make a new kind of it's like Deep Blue Sea. They're trying to enhance animals in sort of, what's the scientific word I'm going for here? Enlarge embryos, weird shit like that. They make the animals bigger by this mutation, mainly doing on cats and dogs. So this crocodile ends up massive. Alligator ends up massive. So your microphone's not even plugged in.
Hello and welcome to a brand new Baboonery.
This Baboonery will be absolutely Baboonery because I've just filmed half this Baboonery and I haven't even plugged in a new microphone. So this is why this Baboonery will be absolutely crazy. Still go in there, talk for ages, did the whole promo, completely fucked it up. Get rid of that. And I'm a big fan of creature features, so I picked up Alligator. Not crocodile, Alligator. Now this is $13.99 brand new at HMV. Wow! VHSs were expensive. So were DVDs, check that out. $19.99 brand new. Van Damme, The Order. No extra features at all. 20 quid for that. Wow! Anyways, because I watched this, I've ended up like wallpapering it in. I've watched 3 other films like this back to back. No, it's not Lake Placid. And the rest of the Lake Placid. No, it's not Super Croc. I should have watched Super Shark with its own rap video in it. It's like, what the fuck? Anyways, this came along in the early 80s starring Robert Foster. And at the time, the myth, honestly, the myth at the time, there's an alligator in the sewer. It was such a like, oh yeah, there's an alligator in the sewer. Forget about Pennywise down there, there might be an alligator in there. Crocodile, alligator, everyone was just like fucking freaking out. Fuck me, next thing you know, Bigfoot will be real. Bigfoot is real, we just haven't found him yet. He's on vacation somewhere. Anyways, the myth is that everyone just freaked out. But again, this was set in the this was made in the early 80s, not set there, it was set in the 80s. So the myth and the idea of like a predator being in the sewers, everyone was freaking out a little bit. Now this has your typical, whippical, bickety bockety boo. Have I got a Baboonery for you? 80s cheese line. 80s cheese line. Golf clap, well done Stephen. Fucking got half a script there, this isn't the script, fuck's sake. So what I meant by that is a typical story. Scientists are trying to enlarge animals so they can dissect them and get all the embryos out and different hormones and pheromones and trying to find cures for all kinds of stuff. So the poor dogs and cats have like, oh, it's raining cats and dogs. But all the extracts from the mutations and all the corpses end up in the sewer. And this tiny little alligator that got flushed down the toilet ends up being one hell of a fucking motherfucking alligator. This thing is massive. So yeah, I picked this up, I have rewound it, I did enjoy this, I loved watching it on VHS as well, because it's got that whole grittiness about it. And basically, it's an awesome watch. I will be picking that up on DVD, because it's got a sequel as well. But what was really good about this film was, You know, it's a cop trying to track down the killer. He finds out it's a crocodile. No one believes him. Everyone's like, yeah, whatever. I've got a hand here, and someone said, yeah, whatever. And he goes down in like, you know, he's like screaming crocodile. The news reporters are involved in it, and it's not until a picture's taken of him, the news reporter sort of acknowledges like, oh fucking hell, the sergeant's like, there's a fucking crocodile, and everyone's like, there's a fucking crocodile. Alligator, crocodile. Two different words, look the same. Sorry. But how this is done, it's done with great practical effects for the time. Big puppeteers coming in like rah rah, chop chop chop. Even used real crocodiles in miniature situations, which for the time probably looked amazing, and still they filmed well, you know what I mean? It's proper model making at its time. But looks a bit yeah, it's a crocodile. Small little alligator. Got the stop animations there as well, little peekaboo attacks as well. But overall it is a good film. It's quite dark, it's quite brutal, plus the crocodile gets out and starts killing loads of people. Even the kids aren't safe in this. 87 minutes though, it's very, very fast paced though. Crocodile appears, and as I say on the back, that is awesome. Explosions, crocodiles, Robert Foster checking his hairline a lot. So Alligator was the first creature feature about a crocodile alligator. There we go. Now this is the last film I watched today, but I need to talk about this one first before I talk about the other two. And before I talk about this one, I just like to mention the box art. I did mention before, I did not mention before, I love the VHS from back in the day of the crocodile peeking out the sewer, all drawn, and it's been replaced with an eye of crocodile and someone shining light in it like in a hole. It's a bit misleading when you look at the box, but it's a crocodile eye. Pointing that out before on this one, there we go, Eaten Alive. Toby Hooper's Eaten Alive. Crocodile eye with a sickle coming across. Now this is released by Arrow, also known as Death Trap as well, but over here it's called Eaten Alive. This is one of the most disturbing films I have seen, especially when it comes to the Arrow collection. Yes, there's a crocodile in it. Yes, Toby Hooper is an amazing director, but there's something fucking seriously wrong with that guy. Fans of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, if you've never seen this, you need to check this out. This is eerie, creepy, and ugh. Bringing on the whole red factor there where I'm in red. It's very sick. Storyline is a fucking creep, and the guy is a creep. He looks a creep and he acts like a creep. Has this little motel, and down the way there's a whorehouse. New girl gets evicted from the whorehouse by some woman with weird Toby Hooper thing. She's got this weird pastel face going on. So, what the fuck's going on there? Can we get rid of the red? Thank you. Why does it have to be blue for? Why? No. Fair enough, blue for me. So anyway, this last goes to this hotel, and this hotel sort of like, it's a B&B, and the guy's like, yeah, come in, like a proper creep. The hotel has a instead of having a yard of grass or any balcony, has a swamp with a crocodile in it. Known as Flatfoot or Flat Dog or something flat. And not long after the woman checks in, she's about to check out forever. As a guy starts running around with garden instruments, chasing it, and absolutely butchers it, and in totally Toby Hooper fashion. It's brutal, sick. Can we get rid of the blue, please? Yes, thank you. And just, fuck me, next thing you know she's in there, crocodile's got an end of story for her. But this just happens to be one of the busiest nights of the year for him, as the next thing you know, a family turns up with a kid and a dog. Fuck me if they didn't just chuck that dog in there and got the puppet of the crocodile and sort of like headbutted the dog a couple of times. It's like, that dog is fucking terrified. Seen John Wick? Know what happens to the dog there, don't you? The thing about when a dog gets killed though, it's a fucking guy whose daughter's like crying about the dog, starts fucking going woof woof while the daughter's screaming. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with that guy? What's wrong with this film? He's just fucking evil. Then more people come, more people check in, a father looking for his daughter, the one who disappeared at the start, and his other daughter, they turn up at the hotel. Next thing you know, the innkeeper starts going around butchering more people and the fucking kid starts hiding for her life. There's about to be some weird rape going on as the other woman is tied to the bed, and it's just like, fuck me. There's something very dark and disturbing about this film. Yes, the crocodile's in there, the crocodile's reveals is really good, it's really brutal, but fuck me. What a fuck me. The menu screen music, if you fall asleep and you wake up to that, will give you fucking nightmares. So yeah, if you haven't seen this and you're a Hooper fan, Texas Chainsaw fan, this is fucking, there he is there, there's the creep. Right there, him. That is a face to be fucking worried about. Oh, he's such a horrible bastard, like. Good actor, like. I think that there's the woof woof man as well. See, we're talking about the Reds now. Woof woof. Like, fucking hell, what's wrong with your dog? Robert Englund's in this as well, pre-Freddy Krueger as well. The Last Tide of the Bed. Fucking grim film, really grim. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. Arrow's done a fantastic job of restoring it. It is one of them what come with a lovely flip cover as well. Jump cut. Yeah, that's a guy like riding the crocodile on a sickle. But yeah, if you haven't seen that, man, It's dark, it's disturbing, I did fucking warn you. But the reason why I really wanted to push this, and the reason why I watched this, I watched another Tobe Hooper film this morning. And the fact is, I watched this after the second one, but there's a sequel to it, so I don't want to spoil it for you. Directed by Tobe Hooper, many years later, like, this is Crocodile. And see, again, we're back with the eye again. 3 films in a row with an eye. From the director of Chainsaw Massacre. Ever feel like somebody's watching you? Well, this you will. Now this has been repackaged. This is one of the ones that came out with Hollywood DVD back in the day. Films like Spider, Octopus, before we had the whole Super Shark and Sharknado. These were the original bread and butter of Hollywood DVD out in the UK with like creature features, bog standard release DVDs like that. So this film doesn't start off like a Tobe Hooper one. It starts off with a lot of grunge music. I think the end music as well is garbage. Like Garbage the band. It starts off a lot of punk bands put together, montage of a group of friends getting together for summer break, hitting them down the motorway, like a bit like in Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the 2000s. Boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, hate friend, random cannon fodder for a crocodile, jealous girl, practical joker, all the cliches including another dog called Princess. And it's very fast paced, it's very American Pie, teeny bopper, and you think it's really colourful compared to Eaten Alive. It's really colourful. They meet the sheriff as well. As I say, meeting the sheriff, I mean, it flows really well, very fast paced, but you think, okay, you know, sitting back, this is just going to be a comedy. Until you meet some local poachers who start throwing crocodile eggs around, you think, okay. Next thing you know, boom, crocodile attack, and say, wow, whoa. That's not very good CGI. But the puppets are good. You know, the big chomping jaws is back from like Alligator, that kind of puppeteer. I like that, it's pretty good. But the CGI, whew. So these 2 poachers get it and you never guess what fucking happens. The crocodile hides the car. Let me repeat that. The crocodile hides the car by pushing the car into the lake. And it's got the whole tail going on there. As the car's rolling and it's got its head going. This is all practical effects, but there's no CGI and it's like, then it completely blows you as it has the campfire scene as well. You know, it goes from like the teeny bopper movie into like the Friday the 13th kind of thing. The guy sort of mentions Eaten Alive and the fucking crazy guy, his fucking B&B breakfast, and then has some really bad CGI of like what looks to be the guy's thing on the thing, and you think, hang on a minute, does this exist in the same world as Eaten Alive? Is this a sequel of Eaten Alive, or was this one like a sequel Alive? Tobe Hooper directed this, so I guess it is. It's gotta be, but it isn't. I'm not sure, fat dog. Then we get our first look at the boat croc. I mean boat croc as it's a fucking boat croc. And basically this is what you get. Like a submarine on water. This still really pushes the whole teen, like comedy, spoof kind of movie. And it really slows down coming into the 30-minute mark. But then all of a sudden, the croc takes his first victim of the group, leaving a great outline of where his mouth went through the raft. And this croc, as I said before, is smart because he's actually cut the cord. So the boat the guys are all partying on drifts out into the swamp. The boat croc appears again, peeking around the corner, which this point looks really good. It's creeping around. That bit looks good. The group then see the kind of problem they are now in. As it's a fucking dinosaur, yo! As cannon fodder number 2 says, shouting from the boat, he thinks it's a dinosaur. Then they're trying to get the Joker of the group, who have already appeared twice already in this movie, about 10 minutes before, with underwater jokes, like jumping on people in the night, and then hiding, thinking that he's been caught by something. That practical Joker won't get in the boat. You see, that joke's been done to death, and then he takes his sunglasses off and goes, fuck me, there's a crocodile, and he fucking tries to swim for his life. Then we have a crocodile versus a boat, so if that interests you, it's done quite well, you know, shitty cam, crocodile, you know, boat crocodile, hitting the boat. Then we get cannon fodder number 2 goes, and he basically, my god, the crocodile's a psycho. Crocodile pops up and this guy's like lying there in the jaws of death, and like, he looks at him and goes chomp chomp chomp. It's just like, fuck me, crocodile's a bit of a psychopath. But now it's time, in typical Tobe Hooper fashion, to meet the local creepy family who raise crocodiles. And then you realise the fucking main guy is the fucking bad guy from Rescues Down Under. He's like a cartoon come to life. He's fucking, it's like, that's him from fucking Rescues Down Under. Then the hunters and the police try to track down the teenagers to try and save them, and we get to see the crocodile on and off with some good puppets and some really bad CGI. Then pulls tremors on you when they're all gathering in this fucking abandoned shop where you can see fat dog on the wall, and he pulls tremors on you, comes up through the floor and then takes out the whole building. I've seen that before in Tremors. He borrowed from Jaws and Tremors, and he definitely borrowed from Jaws when the guy from Rescues Down Under, who is clearly based off Quint from Jaws, says she's gone under the boat, and you think, what the fuck, really? After that, it all comes down that there's an egg in one of the guy's backpacks, and once the crocodile's got the egg, just fucking tots off. That's the end of the movie, you think. what the fuck? Leaving a couple of the cast alive to tell more jokes, and it just ends like that, and you think, fucking hell, Toby Hooper, what the fuck? So such a bizarre entry for Toby Hooper, you know, Life Force, Poltergeist, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and 2, and it just fucking jumped on the bandwagon of, you know, the time, like, fixing stuff for CGI, and how you can advance, because obviously, Eaten Alive's amazing, and this is like, what the fuck? But it warranted a sequel a couple of years later, cashed straight in. Now this is what I was talking before, this is Hollywood DVD from the creators of Crocodile and Spiders, Crocodile 2, Death Roll. No extra features. Now straight off the bat, this is the same Crocodile, but this is a completely different movie. Starting off with a bank heist with red font. I hate red font. Put some red font there, I hate red font. I just don't think red font looks good. Definitely didn't look good on VHS. Remember Blade? Why is that font still there? Get rid of that. So yeah, there's a bank heist at the start, and it's all like, get the guns down, bang, 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 bang. There's a lot of throwing stunt guys through a lot of glass in this at the start. It's like, you're going through that window. I'm sure the same actor, stunt guy, keeps getting killed as well. It's the same guy getting shot, then going back through another window. I'm sure it's the same guy. You have to remember, I was wallpapering when I was doing this. I was like, is that the same guy? I've only got killed before. So after the bank robbery, skip to the airport and fucking Blade turns up. Now I just mentioned Blade with the whole font, that's just coincidence. And I'm not talking Wesley Snipes here. The guy turns up looking like Blade, sounding like Keith David. Full on leather, sunglasses, rocking with his posse. Into the airport and you think, they definitely look suspicious. You need to check your bags in? Okay. Like, what the fuck, really? So on the plane you get to meet most of the cast there. We've got Thai Guy, we've got a gang of people, a group of people, I mean, wearing Hawaii shirts who just won a quiz and off for a vacation. And you've got other people kicking around, friends and family, air stewardess, pilots. You know, everyone gets to know each other. Next thing you know, due to a storm, the plane's got to turn around and the gang just not like this. And they fucking hijack the plane with their guns. Really? What year did this come out? This came out in 2002. Oh. At this point, Blade really starts sounding like Keith David. Even his attitude is like, that's Keith David. No, it's not Keith David, but it could be Keith David. Now, the CGI of the plane going down is done really well in its own way. But 20 minutes into this film, there's no crocodile yet. There's been a bank heist, an airplane ride, and then an airplane crash. And it's not a bad crash for a B movie, and now we're in the swamp, so that's a good thing. I think in the first Crocodile movie, I think the first Crocodile appears in at least the 10-15 minute mark. Anyway, there's a random group of survivors. It's quite a good location, swamp deep, airplane in the background. It looks good for a low budget movie. Then the boyfriend of the air stewardess sees this all happening on television, and my god, he's one of the worst actors I've ever seen. He's like, oh my god, my girlfriend's up there. What the fuck's wrong with you? Paul Ray could have been cast as him. Fucking hell, get Jack. Don't give Jack any lines to read, Jack. Sorry, Ben. Oh, my girlfriend's on that plane. Hey, you want what? Then we get a crocodile and then we get bang bang. It's like bangly bang bang. Baby crocodile's dead. Meanwhile, the boyfriend finds a drunk pilot to take him to the destination where they think the plane has crashed. So none of like the control towers or anything like that are going to save these people. The boyfriend's going to do it. Really? I've seen Die Hard 2. Now at this point, Blade and his sidekick, who also looks like the lead singer and the Billy, what do you call him, from Lonely Island, you know, they try to take dominance of the remaining survivors. Meanwhile, another crocodile discovers a baby crocodile and it's very angry from its own point of view. It's at this point the penny dropped for me that something had been bugging me all the way through this film. The soundtrack, the score, it's aliens. It is, it's literally aliens. Take a note here, take a note there, but it's aliens. So the crocodile is a great puppet, but crap CGI. Not better than the first either. As I said, I watched the second, then the first, and I was like, the CGI is better in this. Wait a minute, this is the first one. Now it's at the 45-minute mark that we actually get a crocodile. 45 minutes into a crocodile movie. And it's definitely time to run. One thing about crocodiles, you're not safe on land and water at the same time, so it's like, you're fucked. Get up a tree. That's Blackwater. Check out Blackwater. It will not be in this review. I've done a review for Blackwater for Fast Forward Reviews coming out in a couple of weeks. By the time this comes out and that comes out, very much the same time, so it'll be crocodile season. Or alligator season, one of the two. But at 48 minutes we have a brief catch up with the pilot and the boyfriend. Then we get back to Blade, who was sick of the crocodile already. He's sick of hearing about it, and it's just like, wow. It's a very, very intense 4 minutes. Crocodile, 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 crocodile. Hello, crocodile. Now the pilot of that are looking for the black box, and guess what? They find a crocodile who's at the black box. Is this before or after Jurassic Park 3? It's definitely after Tremors 2 with a fucking radio in fucking Mexico. Even though the pilot and the boyfriend are now on a boat zooming around, everyone seems to meet up very, very fastly across the swamp. all ending up in a factory. Anaconda, anyone? Now again, the puppets look really good. Like the puppets are good. But then we have, but then we have Crocovision. Like literally the crocodile's point of view where everyone sounds like a fucking alien. Take me to your deal, huh? That's a shout out to Dave from Lunajet with his new song Alien. Alien voices, can we get rid of the alien voices or the crocodile voices? Because all of a sudden, Thai man who's kept his tie nice and teeth is looking down and sees this crocodile coming and gets his head bitten off in very, very poor CGI. It's like, then after a creepy standoff between Lonely Island guy and the girl, which gets very creepy, very dark, and looks towards a rape sign, the guy is stabbed by the woman and just about get away. Then before he can actually come back for the final blow to kill the other woman, the crocodile helps out with a fucking tail whip and you think, what the fuck? Did she just tag in the crocodile there? Then the pilot shouts out, guns don't kill people, people kill people. But then we get some real fire on water, which I respect, you know, Baywatch anyone. Yeah. The croc boat returns for a final chase down, and every time they're trying to get away and trying to come up with a plan, it keeps coming back to the same shot. Over and over and over again. You outrun the croc and it gets closer and closer, but it's the same shot. Come on. Then we get CGI fire. Oh, come on. And then that's the end of the movie. So that, I mean, to be honest with you, both of them, if you're a fan of creature features, they're worth watching. I mean, all 4 films are worth watching. It's just been good today to do a Baboonery, write these down. I mean, I watched Crocodile and Crocodile 2. I watched Crocodile after seeing Eaten Alive. I wrote the review for Eaten Alive. Never got round to filming it. Got Crocodile because I knew Toby Hooper had done it. Did a review for it, but never got round to filming it. And then I got Crocodile 2. And today I was just like, Crocodile 2, I was like, yeah, Blade 2, you know what I mean? I was just looking to put something on the background while I was wallpapering and ended up watching 3 Crocodile films while I kept on wallpapering. It's been a mental day. Definitely check out Rogue. It's a class Crocodile film. I want to review Rogue for Fast Forward Reviews. Definitely check out Blackwater. Other good crocodile movies. Primal Kill is quite a good crocodile movie. Lake Placid, no. There's a lot of crocodile movies out there. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Goodbye. Here's an outtake for the tombstone isn't here because obviously I'm decorating the wall, so I've dumped it there before and I just thought I'd leave it in the background. It hangs in the bedroom there. If you don't know what the tombstone is, it's one I got at the boot sale. And someone was just like, it was my husband's, I want rid of it. And at this point it was rolled up and she's like, well, who signed it? I don't care. It's signed by Sam Elliott, Val Kilmer, Kurt Russell, and God bless his soul, Bill Paxton. Mental. I want to put this outtake in my Baboonery for Baywatch. No lifeguards and self shields. Yeah, random outtake. I'm on a beach. Oh yeah, there we go. Baboonery. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. So random, right? So random. So random. So this is the very end of the Crocodile video for the Baboonery. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely check out the Crocodile movies. There will be a shark one. I've done the one for shark. Really myself, oh shark. Oh my god. So yeah, this is just the room I was talking about. I was decorating, so the door pretty much matches the wall. And got my clock up there, my books where I read, Prayer of the Roller Boys. I'm moving the camera, it's probably woofing around. We've got cuffs, original VHS, thanks Charlie, and we've got tombstone poster that appears all the time throughout the video, and it is signed by the cast, which is absolutely awesome. But yeah, thanks for watching, hope you enjoy the Baboonery. Goodbye.